Superman did that.
People come and go here all day long and tell me nothing.
What are you afraid of? What are you hiding?
Hiding?
Well, you get the impression you're leading a double life.
Hello, I'm Jack Larson, but many of you may know me as Jimmy Olsen, cub reporter of the Daily Planet. I'm so glad to be your host once again for what is fast becoming a tradition here on Channel 9, the 3rd annual Superman Festival. Your overwhelming response to the festival has made me very happy, and your response to my bow tie last year was such that I thought I'd wear it throughout the entire festival today. The character of Superman was created in 1938 by cartoonists Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. Within just a few years, the Man of Steel leaped from the comic strip onto radio, movies, and eventually the television series. The Adventures of Superman ran from 1951 to 1957, and its popularity grew faster than a speeding bullet. It starred George Reeves as Superman and Clark Kent, Phyllis Coates and Noel Neill as Lois Lane, John Hamilton as Perry White, Robert Shane as Inspector Henderson, and me as Jimmy Olsen. The character of Jimmy meant a lot to me. He was kind, eager, and an all-around good kid. One of my biggest thrills was receiving a letter from a young fan in Africa referring to Jimmy as "O cheerful man." What perfect words to describe Jimmy Olsen. The episodes I chose for today's festival not only show Jimmy at his cheerful best, but also celebrate the talents of fine character actors such as my good friend Aline Roberts, who appears as the lovely ingenue in our opening episode today. The Haunted Lighthouse was one of the first programs filmed in 1951, and the first episode where I, as Jimmy, got sopping wet. For those of you who remember Jimmy, it wouldn't be the last. Sit back, relax, and enjoy as our 3rd annual Superman Festival begins here on Channel 9. Welcome back to the 3rd annual Superman Festival. In our next suspenseful and rather amusing program, the notorious gambler Bet-A-Million Butler, superbly played by Trevor Bardette, makes a bet that he can actually control the Man of Steel. Produced in 1951, the part of Lois Lane was being played by Phyllis Coates, who portrayed Lois for the first 26 episodes. I chose this episode because it shows Phyllis at her best. Not only was Phyllis a very fine actress, but as you'll see, a wonderful screamer as well. I hope you will enjoy our next episode, The Human Bomb, as our festival continues. The 3rd annual Superman Festival rolls on. In the next episode, filmed in 1953, Jimmy and Clark find themselves in England, getting the scoop on a vengeful ghost. This program has all the elements of a good old-fashioned mystery, enhanced by Leonard Moody's chilling performance as Brockhurst the magician. It was also directed by our finest director, Tommy Carr. What I remember most about this production was everyone's anticipation of finally filming overseas. Unfortunately, due to last-minute circumstances, A Ghost for Scotland Yard was filmed as usual in jolly old Los Angeles. Hold on to your seats as we investigate A Ghost for Scotland Yard. Welcome back as Channel 9 celebrates the adventures of Superman. We are about to see the first color episode of this year's festival, and one that I chose particularly for its colorful production values. Directed by one of my favorite directors, George Blair, Jimmy and Lois find themselves inside an ancient tomb where Lois becomes an unwilling queen for a day. This was great fun for all of us to do. Not only did Noel Neill get to show off her figure in a costume considered racy for 1956, but I got to exchange my bow tie and vest for something quite different. You'll see for yourself as we enter the tomb of Zaharan. Hello. I hope you're enjoying Channel 9's 3rd annual Superman Festival on this Thanksgiving Day. I chose the next episode because it finds Jimmy in the untraditional role of a chemistry set scientist surrounded by bubbling beakers. Directed in 1956 by Harry Gerstadt, Whatever Goes Up has just the right formula for a lively and suspenseful episode, including the wizardry of special effects man Cy Simonson. There was hardly a dull moment while filming this episode, especially since George and I had to perform our own stunts in some rather explosive situations. Join me for the next and final episode, Whatever Goes Up. Hello, I'm Jack Larson. As our third annual Superman Festival comes to an end, I would like to say what a thrill and honor it was for me to represent the Superman family, both here and gone. Perhaps because that family consisted of the most dedicated and talented people, people such as George Reeves, Phyllis Coates, Noel Neill, directors Tommy Carr, George Blair, and Lee Sholem, producer Whitney Ellsworth. If I were to name them all, I'd be here until next Thanksgiving. I remember many wonderful things about all of them, but the most I remember is of George Reeves. George loved the fact that Superman was the most popular show among children, and he always greeted his young fans with enthusiasm. But I recall him saying that he wished he had just one grown-up fan. Well, today those kids are grown up, and many of them are you. Your continued interest and love for Superman has made George Reeves' wish come true, and somehow I hope he knows it. I also hope you enjoyed the third annual Superman Festival here on Channel 9. Thanks once again for joining me and letting me share my memories and some of my favorite episodes with you and your family. A very happy Thanksgiving to you all.